So the first thing we do with our our book, is remove the page block. So normally I would save the end papers as well, but these are not particularly exciting. So I think I will just cut into it while I'm trying very hard not to cut into the spine. I have done that before. So very gingerly run the blade along there, and then it should just sort of come apart. It should. No guarantees. Excuse me. Right, so that did go much easier than I expected it to. And then the back is usually a little bit easier. Okay, sweet. That worked out exceptionally well. Thank you, book. And then this will be made into a journal cover. And with this one, I might just pretty much leave it alone. I like the look of these marbled, and then this one is blue and I don't know what, like a beigey brick red kind of color. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know. But it will be reused. My thought is I have a whole bunch of these Reader's Digest condensed books. So I have a lot of, exactly sized covers, they will be journal covers. And I think those will be made into ephemera holders and or idea books. That way they all look nice and neat on the shelf, and I can label the spines with what they actually are and maybe have a little semblance of being organized. It'll be a facade. I am so not organized about this craft room, which makes me kind of insane. Right, so also a note that I will not be doing the things in the same order of the list that that Natasha put at the end of her whole book video, because it's just, it's going to take me some time to get some of the things done. I can't do everything all in one day, and I'm certain that she didn't either. So like the ruffle roll, I may or may not do a whole roll of that. It may just be like a snippet strip, because I'm not really confident that I could get something placed in the middle and have all those pleats as neatly as hers. Certainly not. I don't think I could. The beeswax I may be able to do, I don't know, fairly easily. I mean, I have, excuse me, I have all the stuff to do it with. It's just the time, time and mess it takes to do it. Also, pen holders, I don't really have a need for that at the moment, but I might just make a couple anyway, just to include them in the idea book. Anyway, so let's get started. The first thing on the list is texture, and that is something that I do and have done before. So let me get some pages out and see what I want to use them on, what kind of a board I want to use them on. So just 1 second. Okay, so I just went to random places in the book page block, and again used my knife, just made a slice as close to the spine as I could get, and then flip some pages and slice from the other side. And they usually come out very easily, except when someone's watching me. Let's try again. Oh, no, there they go. There we go. Just like that. I prefer doing that to tearing it, just because it does make a neater edge. And if I want to use that, or, you know, not cut them down, then I don't really have to. So for something like this, where I'm going to be making a lot of things, or if I'm just using them for like a background or a collage kind of thing, the torn edges don't bother me at all. But for this, for our purposes here today, I prefer to have them a little neater. Also, yes, I have a cutting surface protecting my cutting surface. It's just a thing. So I have this piece of, I don't know, it was some kind of packaging or a mailer or something like that, that I had tried to collage to repurpose, but I don't really like the way it came out. So what I'm going to do is cut this and take 1/2. Yeah, it has some, that's printed coffee dyed paper effect on the back. Or on this side. I don't really know which side I'm going to do the textured effect on, but here we go. That, I don't want to use that one because that might show through. So I'll just start by crumpling up a piece of paper and gluing it down. I actually think I might do it in bits and pieces. Yeah, so there I was worried about straight edges, but, and I may cover a little bit more of this than she did. This is probably, what I'm thinking is that I will probably end up using this as a journal cover topper thing. So I have some ideas for, I mean, don't we always have ideas for projects in the future? Whether or not we remember them and actually do them is an entirely different matter. But I want to do just a plain, you know, a neutral colored journal. Do like a, what do they call it? A naked journal. So I don't know how that's going to go, because I really do like the color and all the things. So it's going to appear more textured than it actually will be, because I don't know what else would go on it. So, get off of my finger. Yeah. Silly problems. Wow. It's a bit, oh. There we go. That was a bit too textured. Of course, I could have inked the pages before I started gluing them down, but again, that's, you know, that's preference. But since I want to do it neutral, I, you know, I sometimes use colors of ink. And I could have done that, I guess, with, you know, the coffee dyed or the whatever I'm using right now. Or the vintage photo, I mean. Or whatever this one is. Ground espresso, something, anything along those lines that are much more neutral. But for the sake of preserving sanity, you know, watching someone ink things is a little not exciting, shall we say. I'm really having a hard time with my inky fingers. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. So I will probably end up not really sealing this, maybe sealing it, covering it with, I want to try something. I want to try that, instead of using like contact paper or Mod Podge or some kind of sealant like that, I think I want to try press and seal. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it looks. But I'm gonna try it because I just really want to. It's a little, it's not completely sheer. It's got like some, I don't know, texture to it. So I'll see how I like it. We'll see how I like it. One of my favorite journal covers I ever did was, it was little bits of coordinating colors, different patterns and all of that, papers that I inked around and glued down, collaged down, and then I covered it with glassine, which it just really, I loved it. And if I can find it, I'll pull it out of the cobwebs. But it was just not quite sheer enough for me, if that makes any sense at all. So I think I'm gonna just start using bits and pieces like so. Gosh, I hope I hope you can't hear my television in the living room. It's on a cop show, and it's very siren-y right at the moment. Yes, that's a word. That is a word in my vocabulary. It's very siren-y. All right, a couple more spots, and then I shall leave it alone. I don't know why I chose to cover this side instead of the green side, because didn't I just say I wanted it to be neutral? I mean, green can be neutral, but I also feel like that might make me feel like I need to use green in it a lot. So we'll see. We will just have to see about all of that. It may end up becoming, oh, well, but then if I put it down like that, you can't see the color. Oh my goodness. Let me just figure out my life. Ugh, I'm telling you, I do worry about me sometimes. Like, well, you know, all the time. At least at some point in the course of every day, I worry about me. How did I ever get to be an adult being this whifty? That's a my mom word, whifty. I don't really know what that means, but I don't know that it has a definition, but I know what it means. So, yeah. So, yeah. That is a my mom word. Right. Oh, stop sticking to my fingers. It's really making me crazy. Yeah, okay, I know. I'm crazy for many, many other reasons besides that. That's okay. Normal is boring. Right. Ugh. I'm gonna stop touching this for a minute and clean off my hands. Ugh. Let me get a wet wipe. Let me get a wet wipe. Sorry for the crinkling. Phew. I needed that, apparently. Goodness. Okay. I'm going to leave that sit there to dry for a moment while I figure out what needs to be tacked down a little bit better. And I will get the, what is that stuff I said? Press and seal, just to see what it looks like. Right next. So I have the press and seal. I want to move everything out of the way because, you know, this stuff is a bit sticky. Do it this way. Oh, come on, tear. There we go. Put you away to the side. It's got a bit of a pebbly texture appearance to it. And I like it very much. Look at that. That's really good, I think. All right, let me peel it up and try and cover it. I'm just gonna do, you know, like the typical book, like, I don't know, how you cover everything. You know how you cover everything. Let me just cut a little of this excess off. And it is rather difficult to see. So I'm just gonna do that. Right. Ugh. Again, with the sticking to my fingers, come on. Just cut the corners off. Oh my goodness. Y'all, there might be some cursing on this if I don't get this crap. Does not stick on my fingers. Okay, I'm okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right. I have no idea how, I don't know, long-lasting this stick might be, if that makes sense. I don't know if it'll come apart in a couple of days, a couple of months, a couple of years, a couple of hours. I don't know. I don't know. But so far, I like it. Look at that loveliness. That is so nice. Yeah, I really like that. I will do that again. I really, really like that. Yep, yep, yep. Definitely like that. That's a lovely idea. But I think it's too big. I'm gonna have to cut it down and end up, yeah, it's gonna be too big for a you know, what I consider a standard size journal. Yeah, So I may have to cut it down a little bit, but I can always recover just the edges of it, I suppose. Okay, so get that off the table. So the next one she has is the snippet, or the, not snippet roll, but whatever she calls the ruffle roll, circle embellishments. Well, now that's easy enough, because all that requires is a few pages glued together, which I think I can manage. I don't know, but I think I can. I think I can. And I am not, like she prefers having pages showing that don't have a lot of white space on them. That does not bother me, but I prefer them to be text rather than, you know, the beginning or an end of a chapter. And that I could probably use. I don't see myself using that image, but yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna cover it up. So, you know, glue a few pages together. I'm gonna glue 3 together for, you know, just to make them a lot more robust. If they're obviously just one book page by itself, they're going to be rather flimsy, shall we say. And I don't even know that I would trust the 2 pages would be any better. So I'm going to try and glue them together as straight as possible, even though we're just going to be cutting them out. But I'm not cutting them out, punching them out. Yeah. So she says circle embellishments, but I have, you know, I only have circle punches, but I have stencils for other shapes. So I could do other things. So, but anyway, here are the, excuse me, here are some of the circles I've already done, but they are technically not out of this book. So I will do some out of this book. And I'm just going to go grab another stencil for different shapes. I have this one, and I have no idea where it came from, and it's really not very thick at all. Not very sturdy, like I think this will, I was going to say, I think this might be sturdier, but maybe not. So I'm going to put the heart down here, and that should still leave room for a couple of circles to be punched out. But I just would like to have a variety of shapes, not just the circles. So I'm going to get a pencil and try very carefully to draw this on here. And I am not good at this at all, and I don't even know why. There it goes. All right. So I'll try and cut that out. As neatly as possible. And then obviously if you're going to punch, just punch. Just punch. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch. And for those other ones I used, I have a circle stencil as well. So, but these are the 3 punches that I have. And I think I'm going to cut that off so I can get straight into the text with my tiny one. So, and these are just, we are memory keepers, memory keepers. And it came as a set that's 5/8, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. So there those are. I will torture you with watching me try to fussy cut this heart out. It's not easy. Well, it's not easy for me in the first place, just point blank. But it's especially a little bit more difficult when the glue is not yet dry, because it's quite flimsy until it dries. Right, there we go. Okay, so, and of course those could be, well, these can be put together on a hang tag or on the front of a regular tag, whatever. Sorry, excuse my reach. They can be used, punch enough of them out, they can be used as a page border or cluster them, and they could be a pocket or a tuck, or just used as embellishments. What I have done in the past is I have a flower die cut, paper punch, that I have punched book page out of, and it's big enough where I can then punch a circle, like a focal point out of a circle, out of a piece of paper with my smaller circle punch, and then that can be a whole and entire embellishment. See, these punched rather roughly around the edges because of the glue still being wet. Let's go ahead and do this one too. And then, of course, these can be also, you can use watercolors or acrylic paints or any kind of thing like that. So here are the ones that I punched. And these, again, were just on single sheets of paper, so they're not, of book page, so they're not very sturdy at all. But then I would take this size punch, or even the 1.5 inch punch, and, you know, put something else in there, like a colored cardstock or whatever, make it look like a flower, or just an image or a shape, or, you know, whatever, obviously, whatever you want to put in there. So yeah, that's any kind of a shape. It can be used for embellishments, tags. If you have, you know, a variety of sizes, they make really, really cute dangles, I guess, page dangles or tag dangles. I love them. Okay, so that's that. What else do we have? I have to keep looking at the list circle embellishments, beeswax, envelopes. Well, I have done envelopes. Charms, I just talked about charms. But she does, and I don't have a journal really to put that on, but when she does the book binding, she puts little tiny punch outs at the ends of the threads, the binding threads. And so stamping over book pages is definitely something I can do right now. I am once again going to reinforce. I'll only use 2 pages this time. And then I always, not always, but I definitely try to do head to foot, head to toe when I glue pages together, so that if it ever gets folded into something like this, an envelope, then, you know, it's, the text for the most part will be right side up. So what did I say I was doing? Stamp. Oh, well, yeah, stamping. I'm stamping over book pages now. So, and the whole list, the complete list of her 25 ideas is at the end of her video. And it is, you know, I took a screenshot of it. So that's how I have her list. So, and she says that she mentions it several times during her video that, you know, she'll have the complete list at the end of the video for screenshot purposes. So that's what I did. Okay, so stamping over book pages. So I'm going to start with this. Sure I am, if I can get it out of my drawer. There we go. This large tulips shape. And I will use, not that, I'll just go ahead and use my worn lipstick. Yeah, I'm a horrible craft supply owner. I never clean off my stamps. I mean, I won't say that I never clean them off. I just use a wet wipe to clean them off before I put them away. Otherwise, they would sit in a pile waiting to be properly cleaned, and you know, that would be where all my stamps are. In the pile waiting to be cleaned. So and yeah, I got this at Hobby Lobby for $1.12. Thank you. I'll have that. Indeed. Indeed I will. I usually have a hard time with stamping on book page because it usually bleeds and the image gets fuzzy looking, but apparently this one's going to work all right. Okay, so there's that. And then I have 1,000. Well, I don't know how many I have actually, but I have a lot of stamps. But I am going to limit myself to the ones I have in this wee storage thing. So don't worry, I have quite a few. I have that one that won't now go back in there. There we go. And then I have, oh, I have little dandelions. I have little flowers. Look at this. That will be excellent to fill in those spaces left by the flower bouquet. Oh, my goodness. And I will just use this. I am totally going out of my comfort zone here. I didn't get a stamp block. I see people do this all the time. Let's see if I can manage it. Ooh, not bad. Okay. A little bit straighter, maybe. Oh, see? Fibbled it up. Yeah. Note to self. Never do this without the stamp block. I'm just not built that way, apparently. Which, that's fine. I accept this. It's just sort of the same as making, you know, painty papers, just using stamps. I'm so confused right now. There we go. Goodness, I'll be okay. I will not. Maybe I will. I don't know. So what is this? Mandala. And that's more flower bouquet. Let's just do this in some lovely bright color. All right, put your toys away, lady. Put your toys away. The ones you're not going to use, put them away, put them away. That's how your desk gets so messy. Yes, ma'am. Let's see what we have. Black. No, that's not lovely color. I mean, it is, but can we do green on top of that? Or another pink? Ooh, lilac. Shaded lilac. Is that what it is? Yep. Shaded lilac. I like that. All right, I'm gonna get a stamp block. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Again, I like using the inks instead of the oxides for things that I want to be, you know, more permanent, I guess. I don't know. In my mind, it makes sense. When I try to explain it, no, it doesn't. It just doesn't really make any difference. Really, does it? No. But, you know, tell that to my brain. I can't. If you find a way to get in there and change it, go for it. But you'll see, if you spend 2 seconds in there, it's a very scary place, and you don't want to spend any time in there. Yep. That's the facts, Jax. I'm trying to get this, I don't know, seasoned. It's never been, I've never used it. And I find that with new stamps, if you stamp with them a couple of times, they work much better than the first time. Because they get sort of, I don't know, like I said, seasoned. And they just work better. And that is a very light color to begin with, but we're going to go with it because I don't have time to, I don't want to take up your time waffling around with it, faffing around with it, as they say. So here we go. Just in the blank spaces. So yeah. Now, if these, you know, projects that I'm doing are not exactly what Natasha was doing, this is from reading the list, just from reading the list, not watching the video until I memorized it. This is my view, if you will, of, or my interpretation of what the words on her list mean, without actually going back and reproducing her exact examples. Because, you know, I do not follow directions well. It's all those years of private school when I did have to follow directions. Okay. My now very colorful wet wipe. I think I'm going to keep this one handy because I always seem to spend a lot of time searching for a block. It goes the other way, doesn't it? Oops. Oh well. This is from Prima Marketing, and it is a Finnabar. Wee little tiny. There's that, and there's that. Ugh. These I will hold on to until I find the set they came out of. Right. Let's tear off my glue page. And look, I'm busy cleaning up, and I left my ink pad out. It's okay, because I know how to fix that problem. Boom. Problem solved. Right. And then this could be made into a tag, a journal card, something of that nature, which I think I will do. I am actually going to get yet another piece of book page that's blank. Or several pieces of book page that are blank, so that this can be used then for, what did I say, for journaling on. Yep, all of that for journaling on. And then I shall cut it. Cut it out. I may be able to cut it into a couple of things. Yeah. How about that? And again, I don't mind the blank border on any of this, because it can always be, you know, otherwise embellished. That's where I can put, you know, stamps or stickers or labels or words or birds or flowers or, you know, what the heck ever. Right. Okay, I realize I haven't covered it all, but, you know, for the sake of time, we shall just do this. Let me get my little cutter out. Let me, oops, sorry. Sorry, Penny, I am terrifying my dog with all these loud noises. She's very, very skittish. And yes, she is medicated. And she's still very, very skittish. Poor little girl. again, ideally you would wait until this is completely dry. Look at that. I can make that into 2 really good sized tags. And yeah, that will just be lovely. And again, they can be decorated over. They're not all that outrageously decorated that they must be assigned to a specific color or style of journal. So we're going to do this way. Sort of. Yeah, there we go. I have a very hard time doing that, and I don't really know why. It just is. It's awkward for me, I think. Either way I do it, it's awkward. No matter which side of the tag I'm doing, it's just awkward. It's just awkward. As you can see, it's just awkward. And they're still probably not anywhere near similar. Okay, good enough. And now I will go ahead and ink them and probably do a little bit of decorating. What you think? I'll put a hole in the top of them and put a ribbon or something through there. Some kind of something through there, so we know how they're supposed to be used. So, and again, ideally all of this would wait until they were completely dry. I'm just gonna get my 1-hole punch. And I love this one because it does have the see-through right in the middle of it. Nice. Now let's see what I have in my little box of odds and ends. Black, which goes with everything, because, you know, black text. I have this, not much of this. Oh, well that's, oh. I was gonna say, well that's kind of sad, but it's not glued into that bow. I really like that. I only have a little bit of this left in bits and pieces. Oh, and they're 2 different, yeah. Let's go for another little dive. Let's go diving. I don't really see anything else. I wish that was not so white. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a compilation of 2 different tag toppers. Sorry, noise. Okay, so I'm gonna do one of them with this and this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half so I have, well, let me see if yeah, it's definitely gonna be enough. Okay. So I will cut this. Like so. And try very hard to get them both through the hole at the same time. Good job, me. And then get my little helpers. See if I can manage this. Other people make it look so easy, but it's just a struggle for me. I'm telling you, I am on the struggle bus every day. Come through. Come on. Come through the portal. There we go. Don't tear it. Don't tear it, lady. There. That's pretty good. Okay, okay, okay. And then likewise with this one. Likewise with this one. And I actually think that's brown. That's okay. Brown's okay. That is brown. Why do I have a piece of brown ribbon? I mean, I could understand if I had, you know, a big piece of brown ribbon, but that little scanty bit, I'm confused. And okay, yeah, it doesn't take much. Come on, let's go through. Let's just cooperate here one more time. Oh, for love of Pete. Right. I mean, of all the things to fight with, it's a piece of burlap ribbon. I mean, really. There we are. We have a couple of book page stamped tags. Okay, that was a good idea. So, before I get into much else, I think I'm going to call this part 1, and it will be to be continued. It will be continued. It will be continued, and I have no idea how many videos it's going to take for me to get this whole book project done, but we will work on it together, and it will not be the only thing that I'm working on. So rest assured, there will be other Craft With Me's and another Teresa Tries It coming up shortly. Soon, not shortly, soon. Right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Teresa Craftygrams, and this is the chosen book. This is the book I have chosen to do the entire book challenge, inspired by Natasha at Treasure Books. I'm sorry, the lighting is really bad. Is that better? Yeah. Helps when you turn a light on. Anyway, as I said, this is the book that I will be using to make at least one of each of the categories that Natasha used in her whole book challenge. And I will also be including some other of my favorite book page uses from other creators, and as I go along, I will include them. I'll credit them here, and then I will also include everybody in the description box below. So, this is just the beginning, kids. Stay tuned.